Charles Tilly was a prominent sociologist and political scientist known for his work on the study of political regimes, state formation, and contentious politics. One of Tilly's important contributions is his idea of war-making and state-making as organized crime. In his work, particularly in his book Coercion, Capital, and European States, AD 990-1990, Tilly argued that the processes of state formation and the establishment of centralized political authority involve the use of violence, coercion, and extortion, which have similarities to the activities typically associated with organized crime. Tilly's argument was that in the process of building strong states, rulers and elites often engaged in activities that, if carried out by non-state actors, would be considered criminal, such as extortion, plunder, and violence. He highlighted the parallels between the practices of organized crime groups and the actions of state authorities in establishing and maintaining their power. By framing state-making as organized crime, Tilly sought to draw attention to the violent and coercive nature of state formation throughout history and to challenge the conventional view of states as purely legitimate and peaceful entities. Tilly's work has been influential in shaping discussions around state formation, political violence, and the nature of power in society. Charles Tilly's concept of war-making and state-making as organized crime revolves around the idea that the formation and consolidation of states involve the use of violent and coercive means that bear resemblance to the activities carried out by organized crime groups. Tilly emphasized the central role of violence and coercion in the process of state formation. He argued that states historically emerged through wars, conquests, and the imposition of authority through physical force. This violent aspect of state-making involved the extraction of resources, the subjugation of populations, and the establishment of control over territories. Tilly highlighted how states engaged in practices that involved extracting resources from the population, often through coercive means such as taxation, tribute, and confiscation. This process of extraction was crucial for funding the state apparatus and maintaining the power of ruling elites. Tilly highlighted how states engaged in practices that involved extracting resources from the population, often through coercive means such as taxation, tribute, and confiscation. This process of extraction was crucial for funding the state apparatus and maintaining the power of ruling elites. Tilly drew parallels between the practices of states and organized crime groups, especially in terms of racketeering and protection. He argued that states often functioned like protection rackets, providing security and order in exchange for resources and obedience from the population. Despite the coercive and violent aspects of state-making, Tilly also explored how states sought to legitimize their authority through various means, such as the development of institutions, legal frameworks, and ideologies that justified their rule. This process of state building involved not only coercion but also the construction of legitimacy and consent among the governed. Tilly's perspective on state-making sheds light on the complex and often violent processes through which states have historically emerged and consolidated their power. By viewing state formation through the lens of organized crime, Tilly challenged conventional notions of state legitimacy and highlighted the darker aspects of state power and authority.